why I think Israel and US, I mean Netanyahu and Trump, have made a huge mistake bombing Iran and striking in this manner. Why? And I might be wrong, but I think we are really making a huge mistake here. First, let me tell you, I am Albanian. I come from Albania. America is my country. Iran is to a certain degree my enemy because they do not recognize my half of Albania, Kosovo. America has fought for the independence of Kosovo to save the lives of 2 million Albanians in Kosovo. The Jewish leaders in Congress and Senate have supported the US intervention to save Kosovo. So let me make this clear when I say that. But why do I think we are making a huge mistake bombing Iran? And again, I might be wrong. We are making a mistake because the way it is portrayed to us, simple people like me, by the media, by both medias in US and Israel, is we're bombing them because they have a nuclear program that risk the very existence of Israel, because we have proof that Iran supports Hezbollah, Yemeni rebels or whatever they are, Houthis in Yemen, Hamas, to the extent that they want to destroy Israel. So if these groups, terrorists as we call them, I don't know if they are terrorists or not, but we call them, and I have to go by that name. If these groups, if their aim is the destruction of Israel, and if Iran supports them, then of course Israel has the right to view Iran as their enemy, and not simply a country that don't like them, that wish they are not there, but that has an aim, a goal to destroy it. And the very propaganda or the very statements that they make when they refer Israel, they do not refer to Israel as Israel, but as occupied Palestine, which might be maybe occupied Palestine. I'm not there to define that. But the moment Iran defines Israel as as occupied Palestine, it means that is their agenda, their propaganda to erase Israel. Unless they have a atomic bomb, they would not dare, Iranians, go in a all-out war against Israel to destroy Israel, because for its survival, even with no support from US or Europe, Israel will use the atomic bomb it possesses, and it has the right to do so if you want to destroy it. So we know that Israel is not going to attack Israel on a, what is it, all-out war, which means has to go through either Jordan or through Syria. I don't have the map in front of me. But they will always support Hezbollah and Hamas and Shias, if they can, in Iraq, to be a constant threat for Israel, to make the Jews who live in Israel consider if they really want to have their grandchildren live in a country where will always be on constant fear that someone will come out of the border and come and attack them and kill them, whatever. So they have the right, inherent right, to do all they can to stop Iran from possessing the atomic bomb. Do I ever think that Iran doesn't have that right? Of course not. I'm not stupid and I'm not unreasonable. Iran has all the rights in the world to have or try to accomplish to have even the nuclear bomb. They have the right, but do they have the means? So I'm not going on that side right now. All I'm saying is, did we make a huge mistake going there? It doesn't matter who bombed first, Israeli airplanes or B-52, whatever they are called. It is one. Sometimes I wonder if we are sacrificing ourselves for the existence of Israel, or if Israel is sacrificing itself for the interest of America. It's very hard to know the truth. So since that is very hard, let's accept that America and Israel are one body here. It has to be perceived as such. And Iran is unfortunately all alone. No lies, no Russia, I'll tell you why. No China, I tell you why. No one is there to truly support Iran except the Iranian people. But why is it taking so long for me to tell you that we made a huge mistake to attack Iran? And we did, brothers and sisters, we did. Netanyahu has failed the Jewish state by attacking Israel. America has failed the Jewish state and us by attacking the Jewish state, because we want to eliminate the threat of nuclear arsenal. We don't want Iran to have that. But most importantly is that no nuclear bombs or enriched uranium falls in the wrong hands of criminals, of thugs, groups of people who can use it against the Jewish state or against anyone. We bombed what are they called, the enrichment plans. Israel bombed them, America bombed them. And guess what? We have not seen not a single sign of pollution, which means there was no uranium there. If this means that they didn't have uranium grades, we destroyed their facility. I mean, they have the right to have it, but we talk from our own interest, we destroyed it. For many years to come, they will need to rebuild again, and they know by the time they rebuild again, what will happen. We'll go and destroy it again. Great so far. But if they had it, and it means was not there, brothers and sisters, we have made the hugest mistake we ever could have made. We have failed completely and made the Jewish state that we're fighting for much more vulnerable to criminals who are no longer controlled by the Iranian state as a terrorist state as it might be, but is a state that could have controlled it and use it in maybe only its own last hours, but not use it by choice when there is no need to use. But if it fails in the wrong hands, because now it was not destroyed, we did not destroy it, the air is not polluted, the enriched uranium is not there, is moved in a secret place. That means we have increased 1,000-fold the vulnerability, is the word, for the Jewish state, for Israel. Big mistake, huge mistake, stupid idiots, both Netanyahu and Trump. They are the biggest idiots. This administration that Trump has put in place, himself of course, but we wanted him because the other idiots we had there, they had no other agenda but how to take kids by force from you and change their sex, how to raise the homosexuals flags all over the world as if nothing matters. For that, I'm glad those motherfuckers, Democrats, ruined immorals, morons are out of the White House. But I am not alright because we have idiots. We could have accomplished this in, I don't care if you destroy Iran, as long as the Iranian people are kept safe. Of course, they would not like it because it's their government. They are 90 million people. But if they are an enemy to us, and I as an Albanian don't give a shit because they don't recognize Kosovo as many of the Arab states, those Muslim states, because I hate, I'm sorry to say, many of my Albanians who are believing they are Muslims and they don't see with their naked eye that the Arab world doesn't give a shit about Kosovo or Albania. They are with Slavs and Serbs because all they care is whoever is the enemy of America. America that has freed my country, that has saved my people, 2 million people in Kosovo. America, if America was not there, there would not have been Albania today. Thanks to President Wilson, Albania exists. And America, yes, indeed, America has the great Jews in all higher position of every government entity. I'm glad. You know what? If there was no Jews in Congress and in Senate, there would not have been 2 million Albanians saved in Kosovo. We owe them to these wonderful Jews that we saved them, every single one, during the Nazis. How can I cannot find a word to depict that criminal and that criminal government of his Nazis, Hitler I meant. But anyhow, thank God we are on the right side because we Albanians are great, but we saved perhaps maybe the greatest people the world has ever seen. Don't judge Jews, brother and sister, because you see in media and TV that they seem to appear to rejoice the death of so many Palestinians, that they appear to applaud blocking aids, food and medicals reaching the poor Palestinians, don't judge them by that. They might be rejoicing that, hey, we are here. We're not letting those who want to destroy us, but we are humans. Anyhow, what I'm saying is, America under Trump and Israel under Netanyahu, they are not making Israel safe. They are destroying Israel and Jews, these motherfucking idiots, because all they could and should have done is make sure that when they bomb the plants, the enrichment plants, they should have first taken all the enriched uranium so it doesn't fall in wrong hands. Better should have been under the state of Iran. Then we don't know where it is. Now we have caused ourselves a huge burden, because now we cannot stop the war. We have to find where the uranium has gone, the enriched uranium. If we don't find them, we have made Israel even more vulnerable. To find where that enriched uranium is, we need to go, have boots in the ground. It will be costly and we might not win the war. And if we do that, then if the government really falls, so does the enriched uranium disappear. It does not disappear. Will go to the hands of the people who might use it more lethally. And that's why I think we are rejoicing too soon and we are being too stupid, led by two big idiots and thugs that are Netanyahu and Trump. If they are able to find and either take it for themselves or destroy it, the enriched uranium, then I'll applaud them and then I'll say great job. As long as they have not done so, they have made the life of everyone much more than in danger. Now, after I said that, let me tell you a few words here why I think Iran is completely alone in this fight. Here is why I think. First, Russia seemed to have some alliances with Iran, and Iran might have sought to seek some alliances with Russia as being supposedly an enemy of the United States. But will Russia really intervene in this war, not to send troops there to fight on the Iranian side? I don't think Russia will not go there, but I don't think Russia is going to provide any military help to Iran at all, or maybe just a few unimportant help just to appear so, because we have to always remember that as much as Russia might want to take Iranian side against America, will not dare take Iranian side against Israel. Russia has had and has a huge, important Jewish population, Russian Jews, that Kremlin is not gonna dare make enemies. So no support from Russia, just in that aspect. Now, India and China and all those Asian countries, they are ahead of the European warmongers mentality right now. They only put first their economical interest and not a political agenda or imposture or what have you. They need Iranian oil, and the oil that comes from Arab states, but that come from that strait, I forgot the name, that it narrows between the Arab states, Saudi Arabia, and Iran or Yemen. So what is going to happen? Iran, in order to retaliate against the world, is going to close that strait where all the ships with fuel, with oil, come through to supply who do you think? Not Europe and not US. They support Asia. Europe and US will not give a shit because they get it from Mediterranean. So if they support Asia, those ships on that, and Iran is going to block them, who is going to suffer is the Asian economy, China. So China is not going to want Iran to prolong the war. So first, they don't want Iran to lose the war. They want Iran to win. But if the war really starts, and is going to prolong, then the tables will change for China. China would want Iran to capitulate as soon as possible, so would all other Asian countries, because they need the oil to come through that strait that they cannot come through if the war really erupts and spreads. So Iran is all alone. Iran is going to lose the war, but the way we bombed, how we bombed, and when we bombed Israel and America will not have won, because the enriched uranium would have fallen in the hands of criminals ready to use at any time, whenever they find it convenient, against the Jewish people in Israel. That's why I think we have made a big mistake, and that's what happened when superpowers have on their top leadership idiots like we have in this time, Trump and what is his Netanyahu. Sammy Joka. Greetings.